All right, let's talk about marriage. Love and marriage, they go together like... I don't think so. Not like a horse and carriage. They don't go together. Love and marriage, two different things. A lot of marriages fail. A lot of people today get divorced. A lot of people who don't get divorced for many reasons, mainly economic reasons, or fear, are not happy in the marriage. So what happened to the optimism of why I want to get married? There was not optimism. It was absolutely sheer stupidity and ignorance. One of the reasons marriages fail is the people do it because, I don't know, everybody's getting married, so I want to get married too. If you don't know why do you want to get married, what are you looking to achieve in that endeavor, it will fail. Marriage is a very, very complex experience. You're taking two different individuals and trying to make them live in harmony, and that takes a lot. What it takes, first of all, is to have an individual with a number before the zero that you are. A person that has worked on himself, that is able to assume responsibility, that is looking to give, and so on and so forth. If you think that marriage will solve your problems, you are wrong. If you think so, marriage will be the ultimate set of problems that you have. Because marriage does not solve problems. You need to solve your own problems before you marry. And if you think that marriage will give you freedom to break away from your parents, to be independent, it would never happen, because most likely you're going to find a person that is as restrictive as your own parents in which you're trying to escape from, and that's going to be a catastrophe. You need to understand what does it mean to be a husband or to be a wife. What responsibility you are assuming on yourself before you're going to get into this thing. At the beginning, everything is fine. You get married, you're still in the honeymoon, honeymoon is for morons. If you are a moron, you go on a honeymoon. Of course, for Jewish people, it's also stupid. You want to celebrate your marriage? Hey, you just ate like a Roman feast. What do you need to celebrate more? Hey, not a problem. Celebrate your marriage. Go to a honeymoon 10 years after you're married. I hear you. The problem is everybody is dumping their responsibility on the other side to solve their own problems. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You need to work on your maturity, on sense of responsibility, on sense of giving, on sharing. You need to work yourself to become a solid rock before you get married. Because if not, marriage will crush you into gravel. And most people don't do that. And that's why problems occur in marriage. And then you become an unfulfilled person. Unhappy. Your wife or your husband is not a jumping board to break away from your parents. You want to break away from your parents? You feel you are being choked? That's not a problem. Go get an apartment, live in a basement, do something, be alone. Take responsibility of your life. But most people don't want that. Most people continue the same set of rules on relationships that they have with their parents. They carry it over to a spouse. And then you get very immature people. And they would try to, and they'll see all the signs before they're married, why this person is not for them. But they're so obsessed with self-convincing that they will close their eyes completely to that. I was thinking about something else completely different. Today you want to have a shidduch reservation. Good luck finding somebody my way. Forget about it. You're not going to find it. But I thought something else. Instead of sending a shidduch resume with the whole thing of life, of what do you want, and who you are, and what you did, and what you did, and which school you went to, and who is your reference. Well, I mean, what am I selling, a car here? I'm selling a horse? What is this? Slave market? How challenging would it be for you to date someone without knowing anything, without even knowing their own name? Nothing. You're not allowed to know anything about the person, who they were, when they went to school, nothing. The only thing you should know, and you need to verify, that this person is not married. Not even if they were married. We don't deal with married people. Don't know the name, don't know where they went to school, don't know who they are, you don't know what they do. Age, I mean, listen, if you're dating a woman and she has white hair and she looks like an old, Timberland shoe that's been to the desert, fine, But even that should not be a problem. Why is that? Because we look at everything around besides looking at what the person really is. And then, because what do? We take all these things and then we put the puzzle the way we think it is, but truth of the matter is that's not the person. And then when you realize, after usually the honeymoon, that that's not the person, the image in which you created to yourself about what the person is not really what the person really is, all of a sudden the problems start. You tell yourself stories even through the process of dating. I mean, it will be a great idea because it would force you to really look if the person is for you or not for you. But forget it, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. But I challenge you to do that. If not to do that, at least stop looking at all these things, whether this person was a convert or is not a convert, it was married for. What do you care if that's your bashert? How do you know if that's the one for you? If that's your other half, as they call?